business page, and honestly, I could have 5,000, but I don't want 5,000 because those 800 and it says 810 people, 93% of them are my target market. So what's the point of having fans if they aren't really going to carry the flag for you? I mean, you might as well have fans that are going to be buyers, not just try to generate and drive a high number. So I'm going to take you through kind of the back end of the Facebook page. I'm going to allow you to ask me as many questions as you want, but I quickly want to take about 3 or 4 minutes and run through. This is what, just to give you guys an idea, this is what the inside of my brain looks like.
Yep.
And let me show you. If I show you, this is what the inside of my brain looks like, and this is how I think. And I found a piece of software that allows me to do this. It's called MindJet. So we're not going to go through everything in that today. But if you ever want to know kind of what the basis is, but I did talk a little bit about myself. Kind of a couple of things that I want to talk to you about business. And to me, business has 4 parts: business, marketing, sales, and service. It doesn't really matter what kind of business you're in; those are the 4 main pieces. And I just want to take a second to talk about something I spoke with John on transactional sales versus relational sales, and give you a good illustration. Walmart, transactional sales. They're purely transactions. Someone's trying to break into your place.
Yeah, sorry, can you tell them just go around the back? I don't know if you can hear it too. Tell them I'll meet them right around the back.
You go around back.
So transactional sales versus relational sales. Walmart's all transactional sales. It's all about price. It's all about transactions. Nobody walks around, with Walmart stickers all over their car and has a Walmart flag in the front yard. People just don't do that. So relational sales are all based off of, hey, I know this guy, I trust this guy, they've treated me well in the past, I've got a good referral into it. So if another company were to come to town and their business model was, we'll beat Walmart by 5 cents on everything, do you think that would hurt Walmart? Yeah, no relationships, no loyalty. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody gets up in the morning and says, I got to go to Walmart today. So we're focused on relational sales. And it's one of my things. I know that Larry made a great living off of Craigslist. Craigslist to me is transactional sale location. It doesn't build a relationship. Now, I've made some transactional sales, and I can't complain about them, but I'm looking at building a relationship business because I know from running the numbers, from being a number crunching nerd, that the average family, so we're talking about mother, father, and at least 2 kids, spends $1,000 per year on furniture and mattresses. So if we just take a quick peek and look at the fact that, I have 800 fans. If they really are fans, and they really do turn out $1,000 a month for me, or $1,000 a year, that's an amazing, amazing business. That's $800,000 of sales. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's say that only 10% of the people there. That's still a good start for my business to get things going. So I want you guys to focus on relationships. And that's where Facebook really comes in. It is a relationship business, and their algorithms penalize you horribly if you're awful at building relationships. And they reward you handsomely if you're great at building relationships. So we're going to go into that. Let's see here. Let me get rid of that. Online strategies in general, I think it's imperative that personally you have a LinkedIn page, a Twitter account, a personal Facebook page. Those are kind of like the bare minimums. LinkedIn, a lot of people don't know about LinkedIn. The average LinkedIn user makes more than $115,000 a year. You need to be there. Having personal Twitter and personal Facebook. Having a personal Facebook account is mandatory for having a business Facebook account. You can't have one without the other. So those are very important. Domain names, I just want to talk really quickly about that. you need to go out and reserve your own domain names. I mean, we get a website from corporate, but it's tough to drive people to that website, give them a domain name. So I have Ideal Furniture Aberdeen, Ideal Furniture of Aberdeen, Ideal Aberdeen. I own all of those domain names, and you type any of those in, and they all go to my corporate provided site. Easy to do, costs $9 a year to have a vanity domain name, and it's easy to set up. Like, anybody can do it. I buy them from GoDaddy just because I have a long-standing relationship with them. They may or may not be the best.
I use domain name right now. I have a whole bunch of domain names too.
So one of the tricks that I let Larry and Doug in on, what one of my tricks with GoDaddy is I put the domain names that I want, add them to a shopping cart, and then just leave. And the next day, GoDaddy will send me an email that says, hey, we'll offer you 30% off. You abandoned your cart. And so I always take 30% off. I do it all the time. And then that code that they send you, you can use that code for like the next 4, 5, 6 months, and it'll still work. Yeah, I used one that was called Big and Fat 749. I used that code for probably 3 years, and I got my domain names all for $7.49 a year. And finally it quit working, because I was probably the only guy using it. They're like, we're on to this guy. But, and you can find coupon codes all over the place. So I think having a vanity domain name is important. Also, and again, some of this is deep, but for some of you who we're going to say beginners, intermediates, for you intermediates, have a vanity email too. You know, mine is Corey at Ideal Furniture Aberdeen, Corey at Ideal Aberdeen, all of those, and they all pour into one main email account that's on my phone. And when I reply to somebody, it automatically replies from the email address that they emailed me to. And that stuff is 5 minutes to set up. Let's see here.
They're 99 cents right now, just so you know.
The domain names?
They're having a special.
The .coms are 99 cents?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well that's
At least it was 2 days ago.
GoDaddy?
Yeah.
I have like 100 domain names. When I wake up in the night with an idea, get a domain name. Boom.
Yeah, I saw it at 4 in the morning when I grabbed another one. And
Yeah, that's
right after I bought them at 10.
That's perfect. And the domain name that I grabbed for my Team National business is SaveMoneyBuyDirect.com. That's mine. I'm driving people to that.
Buy a bubble, but somebody got it.
I made $2,000 by a domain name.
Buying it and selling it.
Well, somebody called me, he wanted it. So, okay.
That's awesome.
Paid $10.
Has anybody here ever heard of Google Alerts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I set up Google Alerts. That's how I kind of thrust myself into the furniture and mattress industry. I have furniture, Google Alert. I have a mattress, Google Alert. I have my business name, Google Alerts. For those of you that don't know what Google Alerts are, you set them up through Google, and every day Google will go out and scour the internet for all the latest and greatest information on your topic, and then send you a collective email at the end of the day. You need to have a Google Alert set up for your name. Like, for sure. Like, I get Google Alerts, my name, and some article or video that I put online was in a newspaper in Pennsylvania. And it's just like, how does this happen? Like, it's important to know. And, good and bad information. And same thing for your business, good and bad information. If somebody posts something awful about your business, you need to know about it. Not to go out there and, start a fight with them, but you need to know about it because somebody may ask you about it and you do not want to act like you don't know what's going on. So, super easy to set up. But I did it with furniture, mattress, and sleep. So, the classification to be an expert is just to know more than almost anybody else that you meet. That's all it takes. And then just saying I'm an expert. Boom. I'm a sleep expert. Like, when I'm in a crowd of people, I know that I know more about sleep than almost anybody else in the room. That makes me the smartest guy in the room about sleep. That makes me the expert. And you just have to own that. And I did that through Google Alerts. Just every day scouring through Google Alerts, taking 15, 20 minutes to become as smart as I could about furniture, mattresses, and sleep. Yes?
I presume that you like Gmail over Yahoo and all.
Yeah,
those.
I'm a Gmail, but with some of that stuff, like with GoDaddy, I may just be too lazy to change. Like I don't know that Gmail is the best, but it's what I've always used. And so I really do like Gmail. It's user friendly for me because I know how it operates. It's pretty predictable. I did have some downtime this last week for 2 hours, which I think was their first outage in like 12 years. I still ended up getting all those emails, and it was probably the best 2 hours of my life in the last 5 years too. You know? So it's not all bad. And again, I apologize for this brain dump here, but again, that's kind of the way that I think. Let's just talk about Facebook specifically, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Pinterest. But Facebook, who here has a personal Facebook account? Hands up. Great. If you don't, then create one today. Who has a Facebook account for their business? That surprises me because I can't find that many. When I do a search on Facebook, I cannot find this many Ideal Furniture Facebook pages.
There's only about 6 or 7 maybe that come up when you type in Ideal
Correct.
Furniture.
And some of them aren't Facebook pages. Some of them are groups,
Yeah.
which groups should not be used in that way. I use groups on my Facebook page, but a Facebook business page is not a group. Do not confuse them, and you will not get the same features and benefits. So let's go to the driver's seat of my Facebook page. So, awesome things to look at here are these posts right here in the top center. I'm going to jump up front here. Kind of the areas to look at are these posts up in the corner.
Right.
And it shows you what the total reach is, what the paid reach is. Has little stars by it. That means that things are outperforming your own average. So it's things to keep an eye on. Below that, you see that page ad results, 60 new likes, 3144 reach. That's an active ad campaign that I'm running. I'm trying to get likes. I set a goal to have 1,000 likes before I open my business. And just last week on the broker call, I was at 715. I'm at 810. So it's a pretty good week. I've just about saturated my market, though, because I am only looking for women ages 25 to 45 within 50 miles of my house. I only have 30,000 people that live there. So if you look at this as a demographic cut, I'm getting pretty close to saturating that market. There's probably a total of 12 to 1,300 women that fit that demographic profile where I live. I want them all, but I may not get them. Okay. So, pages, yeah, pages to watch. Pages to watch are it's awesome. This is free. Somebody tell me what this is. Competitive research. This tells me how I'm performing compared to all of my major competitors in my area. Okay? This one really hurts my friend. My friend owns a professional social media management firm. This person has been their client for over a year and pays them $2,000 a month. And I am destroying them. Destroying them. He calls me for ways to boost their likes. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that because you don't necessarily want to pay somebody to do your social media management unless they've proven that they can do it. Just because they build websites and design graphics does not mean. I've designed all of my own pictures. These pictures that I put on my Facebook page, for those of you who have been there, those came from Emerald. And the other ones I created in a free program on my crappy PC. And those are enough to generate. I do all my own videos with my iPhone. For those of you that have seen the video that I posted on my Facebook page. But I'll show you that. These are private messages that I've received. And, you know, they're great. They're good dialogue. This gal's wanting to buy a set. This was someone who was asking me for something very specific. I was not able to find it, but being highly responsive to me is the key. When something comes up on your Facebook page, just an instantaneous. and I welcome all feedback. Let's see. This is a spammer. We'll get some of those.
Looks like the first one is too. John Ungst.
Yeah, John. Yeah, that's a spam. That's completely spam. John called me up, and I gave him about 5 pointers and 15 minutes in his page, and his engagement went up about 600%, and he added 10 likes with just a short conversation with me, and that's me not knowing all of his details, and John, bless his heart, not knowing that much about computers and Facebook. So we can do this. All right, so this is kind of the driver's seat page. This up here is telling me that I have 6 new likes since the last time I was here, so I got 6 likes yesterday. Anybody have any questions about this page right here? You get that. You do. Yes, sir.
Well, just in general, you talked about the algorithms that Facebook looks at. Are you suggesting that when people do a Google search that the algorithms of Facebook will allow that to appear higher on the Google search?
No, what I'm talking about is algorithms. Is we make the assumption, and I made this assumption too. I have 810 fans. Okay, it says 810 likes, but 810 fans. So I post something. Bam. My simple mentality thinks all 810 people see that news feed. Not true. Not true. Matter of fact, John's Facebook page, when he was posting something, he was going actually to 4 or 5 of his 333 fans. You can see that here. If you aren't getting engagement, that's the Facebook term, from your fans. If your fans scroll down, see something on your Facebook page, call their wife over and say, look at this is amazing, this is beautiful, and scroll on, Facebook will penalize you. Unless they click like, unless they post a comment, or unless they share it, you will just slowly disappear from their lives.
So even though people opted in by liking you, you blast them and Facebook will restrict it going to them.
Yeah, and you know what? It happens on your personal Facebook page too. You will, if anybody's ever had the weird phenomenon of seeing somebody who was their friend all of a sudden come up in people that you should like.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah.
They didn't defriend you. There was just not enough connection between you two for Facebook to think that you guys were still friends. Boom, booted it out. So if you like what people say on Facebook, then you need to click like. And that's the way it is. I was telling somebody last night. It's just, Facebook, Google, and the government. They all make awful rules, but we got to live with them. And this is Facebook's awful rule. People have said, I want to see stuff from Ideal Furniture Aberdeen. And Facebook has said, prove it. Which means they have to click like and engagement. So,
aren't they doing that to try to get you to pay for it?
yes, there is the big, conspiracy theory that Facebook is doing it to get you to pay for it. And you know what? They are.
They have a paid program now?
They have a paid program. I spend money. That's what this is right here. This ad. I have a daily budget of $5. I'm paying $5 a day to get new likes.
By publishing? You publish through?
Sponsor story in the news feed. So when you go through and you see a business pop up and you're like, what the heck are they doing in my news feed? Like, I don't want to eat tacos right now. That's a sponsored story. That's somebody paying for an ad.
So this is your Facebook business page.
Yeah, this is my Facebook business page. Yep, this is the insight board. I'll go down and we actually see the page. You can collapse this, but when I click the See Insight section, probably 3 people's heads are just going to pop when you see the stuff that you can do and how much awesomeness is on the other side of here. But this is just the beginning. So you see my total reach.
Right.
So how does the guy get 1,000 total reach when he only has 810 fans? When somebody clicks like, all of their friends see it. When somebody comments, all of their friends see it. So basically, the reason that I'm not as upset as some people are about Facebook is Facebook basically says, if you're a good marketer, we've got a great platform for you. If you're awful, it's going to be expensive, torturous, and frustrating. And I love those challenges, right? If you think you're good, then prove it. It works well. And I'm going to show you the simple trick that I've done. I post one thing every day that gets me anywhere from 200, the reach. The reach is anywhere from 200 on a bad post I had one last week that got 7,000 for a reach. So you're going to see that. So when I reached 7,000 with my post, how much of my stuff do you think showed up in people's news feed after that for a while? It's just blowing up. Matter of fact, I'm still getting comments on a post that I put over a week ago. I think it was last Tuesday. I was still getting comments on it yesterday. I'm up to 219 comments on a post that's over a week old. You know what happens when somebody comments on a post that's a week old? It gets regurgitated in everyone's news feed, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? It completely caught me off guard. My intention was to get about 20 or 30 pieces of feedback and go. And it blew up. It blew up big time. And
What was it?
and I'll go through that. I'm not going to keep you guys in suspense. But it's important that you just kind of see this dashboard. You can add pages there. I actually added some other pages that were further away just because I wanted to see what other people were doing. And now I'm just focused on my local market. Because I realized that there's not very many businesses, furniture stores, that are doing very good on Facebook. I haven't found one yet. If you guys find one, let me know because I want to add them to pages to watch.
Yeah, as far as the relevance, there's a lot of news articles lately about the relevance of Facebook, and it's losing a lot. But from what I'm reading, it's losing a lot of young kids, and they're not buying anything from me anyway. So my question to you is someone analyzing this. I think Facebook is becoming more business-like in its orientation versus the social, he said, she said thing.
Facebook went public, so that changed everything. They were no longer allowed to just be fun and games. It became a big boys business, and therefore they had to find ways to make money. And the kids just hit the road. They're Snapchatters. That's why Facebook offered $2 billion for Snapchat, because all the 13 to 17-year-olds left Facebook, and Snapchat doesn't care if you're 6 years old. Facebook does. They shut down your account. So they offered $2 billion because Snapchat took all of their customers in that demographic. We don't care. So Facebook was 1.1 billion users in 2013, September 2013. In 2004, they were 1 million. They've had pretty decent growth. Hopefully some of us have growth like that, right? And you know what? They are sliding. They're clearly sliding, but, if 5 years Facebook doesn't exist, who cares? That's 5 years of a great marketing channel, and something else will materialize. Social media.
MySpace?
Yeah. Social media is not going away. If it's not Facebook, it's going to be called something else. And right now, if I had to pick an area where my demographic of people are, so again, I'm only talking about women, right? You won't see motorcycles and football stories on my Facebook fan page, right? It's women. So the other place that women are, other than Facebook, somebody tell me? Pinterest. Right? So if you go to my corporately unapproved website, it's Pinterest heavy. Matter of fact, I tell people that, go to my online catalog at www.pinterest.com/idealaberdeen. And I just created boards with couches, with beds, and I'll show you that. My hour's going to disappear
question.
really quick.
Under the pages to watch,
Yep.
the third one down, the negative white is in red, and what does that mean?
That means they lost a fan.
Oh, okay.
And I'll show you on mine, I've lost fans too. And I was trying to figure out, I was losing like one fan every other day, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, when I looked at it, I discovered that it's one of my competitors liking my page, looking at my stuff, and then unliking my page.
Okay.
So, and you really want to look at net likes, but yeah, they lost a like. And you know what? The other thing that you need to look at, if you're losing likes, I think it's because you're trying to sell too much. We can go to these competitors' page. Every single post is about a sale, a special deal, an offer. My rule, 10 to 1. 10 things that don't talk about selling, that just talk about the furniture industry, or what do you guys think about this, or hey, we're in sunny Vegas and don't hate us for it. Those sorts of things. And then, by the way, here's an opportunity for you to buy something from us. 10 to 1. If you do anything more than that, you're going to get unlikes. People are not going to want to see your stuff. People do not. One of my favorite Jeff Gitmer lines is, people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. So just don't give them a reason to dislike you. Okay,
So what type of stuff then do you suggest posting?
I'm going to show you that. 100% guaranteed. I'm still going to get into the numbers here. So this is, I just clicked the See Insights. This tells me how I'm doing week over week. There's not a lot of big stuff there. I do love the fact that 852 people are engaged. You guys see that? Love it. Right? That's good stuff. This is how many comments I got this last week. 328. Awesome. 1,732 people clicked on my page. So here's my formula for online marketing. Fans, follows, clicks. Because if I can train people to come to my page, there's always good stuff there, and train them to click, then when I do put a special offer or something for sale there, they know what I expect from them. Go there and to click. And 10 times it's clicking for fun, and 1 time it's clicking for buying or some sort of action that's going to make me money. So this is the dashboard of how my posts are performing. So I look at my reach, I look at my engagement. So the blue bar of under engagement is how many clicks. The purple is likes, comments, or shares. And you see that my reach percentage is good. Reach for most businesses, 5 to 8%. I've been just about consistently hovering around 50% engagement, or 50% reach. Then you look at my engagement percentage, it's okay. It could be better. So I want to show you this. I always get asked, what time of day should I post stuff? You guys have this bar graph. It'll be on your Facebook fan page. This is when my fans are online. So should I post anything at 3 a.m.? No.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. is the peak time when they shut down. All my posts go out at 7 p.m. I post it 2 times a day. I try to post at 3. See, at 3 there's a little boop. And so when they log on between 3 and 6, see how it trends up? They're going to see what I put in their newsfeed. So I post at 3 and at 7, not any other time. And I do that automatically with the free online software called Hootsuite. Hootsuite.com. Hoot like an owl.
With it, just an H.
Yeah, H-O-O-T, suite with an E, I think. I'll go in there and look. Yeah, that's free. And I scheduled all of my posts for 7 p.m. the whole week that I'm going to be here in Vegas. I will not post while I'm here, but stuff will be posting all the time at 7 o'clock. Matter of fact, when our flight got canceled, I went into Hootsuite. I had a post scheduled to go out on Sunday night when we were supposed to land in Vegas, and it didn't. So I just went in and changed that from Sunday to Monday because we were going to be a day late, and then it posted the next day. Nobody knew that I changed that post, except my flight got canceled. My wife's like, we should call the hotel. And I'm like, I need to change my Facebook post first. Days of the week. You can look at days of the week. It's awesome to see. For some reason, there are a lot of people on Saturdays. Saturday's awful for engagement. I do not post on Saturdays anymore. Because remember, I'm going to get penalized if I don't get engagement. So if I'm just going to throw a pass and there's no receiver down there, that's dumb just to say I threw a pass. So if there's nobody there, they're on Facebook, but what do all these women have in common? They're busy, soccer games. They're maybe logged on to Facebook, but they're clearly not engaged or connected. Because on Sunday nights, they'll just blow up my wall with stuff. What's the difference? Kids are in bed early because it's a school night. They're sitting down. They're thinking about how crazy the weekend was and how awful the next week's going to be. And then I'm there putting a beautiful picture of something that makes them feel amazing, right? So that's That's my job. Okay. So here you can see what my reach is. You see this one down here? 5.5 thousand people were reached. 519 post clicks and 270 comments, likes, and shares. Yeah, I wish I could just say that was because I'm awesome at what I do. That's luck. But you know what? I throw enough stuff at the wall that I'm figuring out what works and doesn't work. Yeah. So, right here you see light orange and dark orange. So it's telling me I got 3,562 of that organically. Does everybody know what organically means? People just found it through other fans, and then I paid for 1964. When I see a post start to trend up, I give Facebook anywhere from $5 to $15, and then they blast it out into more people's feeds. So, $15. I mean, I'm doing the math and saying that if my Facebook page helps me sell one mattress a month, and at the end of the month I break even on it, then Facebook can take $500 of my money every month. I don't care. If it quits performing, then I'll go less. I have very little doubt that Facebook's getting the best end of this deal. I'm clearly getting the best end of this deal in my mind. And when I don't, I'll find something else. So I can boost it again. It's pretty simple to boost a post. So if I decide that I want to boost this one, see my age estimated. Facebook knows who I want to target. That's who I normally target. People I choose through targeting: cities, Aberdeen, within 5 miles. When I pay for a boosted post, I do not want it going too far. I try to really hone that down so I can see how many people. This last bar, I just discovered a tool that's going to help me fill that in. And I'm going to show you that tool today.
Is that,
Ashley's coming.
is that like, my house is actually about 50 miles away from ours.
Yep. Well, you could pick, and I don't know how, you could pick by zip code. You could add multiple cities. I could add North Dakota. I could add Canada. I could add China if I wanted to. I could do whatever I wanted to on here. But also interest. If I want to target soccer moms, I can put soccer for moms, or Rachel Gray, or Oprah, or Nate Berkus, or whatever his name is. Like, I can put all that stuff in there, and if they've liked those pages, that's going to show up in their feed. So once you figure out what women want, let me know. Okay, so here gives you an idea. Let's see, something's not quite right here. It must be taking my current location. I don't have any idea, because trust me, there's not 1.1 million people within 5 miles of my house. In all of North and South Dakota combined, we verified it last night. There's 1.5 million people in the 2 states.
That's big as mine.
Yeah. I said I could probably throw a rock and draw a circle around it and find more people here. All right. So some of this is advanced, and again, I want to blast through this. I'm only talk for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna let you guys ask questions. But first, I want to show you what I'm posting. So this is me, just landed in sunny Vegas. Don't hate us here. We're at the Furniture Show shopping for you. Stay tuned for updates from Vegas all week. I'm going to try to do something from the showroom floor. I have an app. You can add an app on Facebook that's called Livestream, and I'm going to be able to do a live video feed from the showroom floor to my Facebook page, and it'll go out to my fans. I have no idea if it's going to work. I'll let you know if it does. But just be able to see, that we're really doing it and starting to make the connection, that there are people behind this Ideal Furniture Facebook page. That it's not just purely business, but again, relational sales. Okay, so I'm going to come back to that. This is what I do every day, right over here on the right-hand side. You guys got to do this. Daily rate, what do you think of this set? 10 you love, 1 you hate. And I post a picture of a piece of furniture that I can get.
So that's how you're baiting them for engagement.
Yes, they got to do something. And you only want, if you say, tell me the best story about your childhood, nobody's got that kind of time. Like, they got great stories, but that's like a YouTube deal where people would sit and record it. But they don't want to type all that stuff. One word answers. Yes or no, love or hate.
So
You
the
know.
one word answer is just as good as a guy who wrote a couple sentences?
If they just type a space bar and hit enter, that's engagement. Yeah. But look at this. 10, but only another color. Like, that's good information to know. And the other thing is I'm still trying to get my initial furniture order together. What do you think I'm doing?
Picking.
Some stuff that I loved, like I got my feelings hurt, is got like a 3. What the heck? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what I like. It only matters what my customers like. And they like some crazy stuff. They do not like the shoe chairs, just in case you're wondering. But Tabitha Knott there, she's a 13-year-old girl. I need to know that because there may be an opportunity for me to do some sort of marketing to that demographic to get one of these chairs, tell your mom to come to Ideal Furniture and get these chairs. I can do it. You can do an advertisement. Because you can click right on, just click on her profile. And maybe, I don't know if this was her or not. I know that there is a...
Did you go to about?
About.
Nope, that's not her. See that? She says places list. That's right. Yeah, probably is. All right. Daily rate. Let's see. Yeah, there is. There was a post where a mom said, "I don't like this, but my daughter loves it." Yeah, it's a shoe. Yeah, I don't like it, but my daughter loves it. There's something.
They're cute.
Yeah, but my daughter says an 11. So I know Jody personally, and I know her daughter. And this Carrie Kangas, I don't know who she is, but she started sending me, some emails. At first, she was just like rating everything awful, and I thought, what a, you know what? And then she emailed me and said, "This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. We're in the process of buying a house. We close in a month." Now I love her. Because she's telling me what she wants. And so the big joke is she always wants stuff with color, with color, with color. She's always like, I want something with color. So I posted something like ridiculous the other day. Ridiculous color. This teal couch set with the aluminum looking legs from Emerald. It's awful in my mind. And people just went crazy for it. And she loved it. And so I always joke, so a lot of times I'll do a post and I'll tag her in the post and say, "How's this, Carrie?" ? So we have a little bit of kind of playful banter going back and forth.
And you've never met her and she's never bought
I don't know who she is. I wouldn't know her if she walked in the store. Here's that hideous piece in my mind. You guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the ratings. Look at the ratings on this.
And not to get you off on a tangent, you said you wouldn't know her if she walked in the store. Does that mean you have regular store hours as opposed to by appointment only? Were you just saying that?
Yes, and we're going to have regular store hours. We're waiting for our building to be finished right now. So I'm selling out of a storage unit, mattresses only, not furniture. But my store hours, coincidentally, are going to be 3 to 9. Why?
When they're out of school.
After school.
That's when they're not busy, clearly, by their Facebook time. Am I going to be open on Saturdays, which you got to be open on Saturdays for a furniture store?
No.
I'm not. I'm going to be open on Sundays only. Because Saturdays, I'm out running around with my kids, soccer games and all this other stuff. We open on Sundays. And depending on which days, I'll look at the actual demographics. Right now, I'm planning on being open on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And any time by appointment. And I'm going to be open 18 hours a week. For some reason, this is painfully slow and not loading. But anyway, the comments were through the off the hook. Big announcement tomorrow, $50 bill. I created that email list. So I'm trying to sort out my fans by level of engagement. So if someone's willing to give you the email address, they're really interested. If someone's a fan of your page, they're pretty interested. And then there's everyone else, right? So I have a 50-50 referral program that I created that appears on the surface to be pretty popular. We'll see once we test it. But I had a bunch of referral cards printed up. I offered them to the people who signed up for this list to mail them out to them. I'll mail them out to them. I'll send you as many as you want. And for everyone that comes back, I'll send you a $50 bill in the mail. And the person that brings it in gets $50 off. And so I said, you want new furniture and can't afford it? Get my referral cards into the hands of a whole bunch of people that want to buy furniture. You can get yours for free. There you go. And I'll let you know if it works. I tried to do a cute little quirky little stuff. Didn't work. Engagement was awful. Only 188 people saw this post. No comments, just likes. It's a picture of our store. Okay, so real quick, I have to show you the Facebook graph, and then I have to shut up and let you guys ask questions. Women, let's see.
Sure.
What do you think about that? Other pages liked by fans of Ideal Furniture. Is that important information to know? Mm-hmm. Very important to know. Other pages liked by women who like Ideal Furniture. Oops, pages liked by women who live near Ideal Furniture in Everett. That's important to know. That's all free information. So my post that went crazy silly. See all my Facebook pages that I have here. These are all
You can offer free coupons with Twisted Cone ice creams.
correct. So what I did was this post right here blew my mind. I took the most common pages liked by women fans of my page, took their profile pictures, laid them all out in a free art program, and said, which one? If you could get a $100 gift certificate to one of those, which one would it be? And I let my fans say what their favorite place was. So, I have a meeting with the Chrysler Center, Har Motors, Kessler, and Abby Nelson, all of them, say, hey, look at my fans said. We need to work together. So the photography gal, she's going to have a key to my place. She can come in anytime she wants, bring the families in, take pictures on my furniture, do whatever she wants.
Nice.
That's my deal with her. The only thing I ask is every one of the families that she takes a picture of, that I get a copy of that so I can take a print and hang it on the wall. So that's what I want to do. Grocery store is huge. I hate sales, I'll just be honest with you. I will not run sales in my stores, so this is me getting on a soapbox for a second. But I will offer somebody something for value. So if I want to run a special, it's going to be $100 Kessler's, which is our local grocery store, gift card to anybody who buys a mattress this week. Price integrity. Because I feel that once I sell a $1,000 mattress for $500, that's the new price. Like, even if it's not the new price because maybe people don't know about it, but I know how low I'll go, and all of a sudden you start to have these games. You're scared they're going to walk, and you're going, I'm not offering sales, but I'll give them something else in return for value. And that's kind of where this came about. And so that's what we're going to do for our grand opening special, is every day we're going to offer something from one of these promotional partners. And I just checked that on a regular basis, but I did that by using that Facebook graph search, which I showed you. And I did it without telling you that you have to switch to your personal profile to do that search. You can't do that search from your business page. Okay. I could go for another 2 hours, but I'm just going to stop here and let you guys ask me questions, and then I'll show you stuff.
You doing any pay-per-click through Google?
Too broad. I've done Google pay-per-click before. I think that Google pay-per-click is slippery slope for local campaigns. For national campaigns, I think it's great. For local campaigns, in a market like mine, it's not. And again, once you know who your target market is, that's the other thing. And probably the most important part of my talk is to know who your target market is. Mine, 37-year-old female, 2-income household, making at least $80,000 a year. They drive Suburbans over minivans, but when they drive minivans, they're usually Toyotas or Hondas. That's important for me to know. You know how I found that out? Facebook told me. Facebook told me all of that information of who they were, what they liked, what other pages they liked. And so I know exactly what my customer looks like. Right? I've just got a picture of exactly what she looks like, what she drives, how she acts, how busy she is. Her youngest kid, the other thing that I know about her, her youngest kid is 6, not babies, 6. You don't have nice stuff when you have babies. When your kids start getting old enough that they know that they shouldn't spill grape pop on your white sofa, then you start getting nice stuff again. So, that's my target market. Yours might be different.
I don't see much about mattresses here. Clearly that looks like it was a conscious decision.
It is a conscious decision because my store is 1,250 square feet, 1,250 square feet. Should we tell them to go around back? Or somebody else? 1,250 square feet, 1,250 square feet. One side is Ideal Furniture. One side is Perfect Dreamer Sleep Center. There's a door going to each one. My customers tell me what they're shopping for when they walk in the door.
And did you have a Perfect Dreamer business page too, though?
I do have the Perfect Dreamer business page. Yep. I haven't started pushing that hard yet, but I will. I'm going to build that from the ground up. That's going to all be about sleep and sleep science and the health of sleep.
So the only photos you have right now are those photos that you were seeking engagement from on that page.
Yep. That's really all I care about is that they're engaged. That they know, that I know that they like what I'm doing, and they tell me that I like what I'm doing, and so at some point, we're going to move them to selling. So I have created a Facebook page by taking the most active people on my business page and inviting them into a private group and asking them questions like, what do you think about free delivery? What do you think a pricing structure should be? And how much do you think a couch should be? And what do you plan on spending on a bed? And they're just like, this is their store. This is their store. That's why I just keep telling them, this is your store. My wife and I just work there. Like, what is it that you want? Okay, still have a couple minutes. Pinterest, do Pinterest. Go to Pinterest. Go to my Facebook page. You can get a link to Pinterest from there. Also go to just directly to my Pinterest page, which is Ideal Aberdeen. Pinterest doesn't allow you to have very long specific addresses. So one of the things that we've talked about, just having conversations with people, and I'm working with Larry and John, and we're going to create some different levels. We're going to say hey, call me for X number of dollars, 2 hours on the phone. I'll take you step by step, get you started, give you a game plan, a roadmap. And the other thing is I'm willing to take on some, can't take on tons, just people and just do it for you for 6 months and then get the ball rolling and then hand it back off to you. So we're going to let you know what those opportunities look like and how exactly they're structured the next couple of weeks. You can do this on your own. You just have to make a commitment to do it. This is my primary marketing vehicle. I do not plan on spending money in traditional advertising. This is it for me until it doesn't work anymore.
Do you use Twitter?
No, I mean Twitter to me, your feed, all this stuff just pushes down your feed. I don't like Twitter for business. I like Twitter for like personal quirky banter. Not a huge Twitter fan. I don't think Twitter for business works very well. My Twitter feed just looks like spam after spam after spam. It's all people trying to sell me. Nobody trying to add value to my life.
What about Instagram?
Instagram age demographics are lower than what I want. It's gaining momentum. Like it's going to continue to get some serious looks from me, but at this juncture, I'm not there yet. My demographic lives here, and the thing about this demographic, particularly the 37-year-old female, they're slow to adopt new technology. They got to learn about it from their daughter. And that's the truth, right? I mean, that's the truth. So I know that. So once it becomes mainstream enough where the daughters are like, look, Mom, you got to get an Instagram account, that's when I'll be on Instagram. Because that conversation will happen in my house with my 12-year-old and my wife. When that conversation happens, I'm about Instagram. When my wife gets an Instagram account, I'll start marketing on Instagram. She's my target market, right?
Yeah.
That's when we got ours.
Yep.
Is that the target demographic for furniture? And is it different for mattresses, in your opinion?
I lied. I'm going to show you one more thing. Remind me to show you about online rummage sales. There are different demographics. I like that demographic. I don't have anything against single moms. I don't have anything against old rich ladies. But the truth is that this demographic not only spends the money, but they tear the stuff up. They're just getting used and abused. They got 12, 15-year-old kids coming and flopping on their couch 4 times a week. It's going to get wore out. And so I like this demographic because to me it's evergreen. Like, they just are going to consume the product. Consume the product.
Do you ever sort of break up the percentage of demographic that you target?
Yeah, I do. I break up the demographics quite a bit. Let's see here. I got a feeling, John, you're probably going to have to get a big hook.
You keep saying about targeting this market. Is that just through the paid part? I mean, you can't really specifically target in on your unpaid, can you?
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Oh, on unpaid? No, only unpaid. Yeah, you're right.
Right, so
You're
it's
right.
only the paid stuff.
So see this demographic breakdown? This is my page. So 87% of my fans are women. The 13% are probably my buddies, right? 27% are 25 to 34, 29% are 35 to 44, and 15% are 45 to 54. Do you see why my ads all go from 25 to 45? That's my demographic. I didn't make that number up. I didn't make that decision. They came to me. So I also know what cities. So this is my city with 400 of my fans in my city. These are all small towns within 50 miles of mine. And then I do have these crazy ones because there's an Aberdeen, Scotland, and Aberdeen, Egypt, and Aberdeen, Romania. That's where those are all coming from. It's just because they see Aberdeen, they think it's a furniture store in their town, and you know what? I hate to break their heart, but the shipping is going to kill them. Okay, so rummage sales, real quick. I don't know if you guys call them garage sales, whatever you guys call them in your area. If they're rummage sales, if they're garage sales, if they're bazaars, whatever you call them. So, every online rummage sale. These exist everywhere. I've checked several of the markets of people that have Ideal Furniture. There's 3,600 members here, and they're all selling a bunch of crap to each other. Like half-used bottle of nail polish and stuff like that. And you're laughing, but I'm serious. It's crazy what they sell. And this is where I've sold all of my mattresses. I haven't paid a penny for it. I just post a mattress on here. The thing about these online rummage sales is you cannot use stock photography. Take a picture of it in the plastic, laying on the floor of your garage. It'll outsell the pretty little picture of it because they actually can believe it. And this is my demographic for selling mattresses to right now. And all the people I've sold mattresses to, not one of them know about or are fans of my Facebook page. I asked them, different demographics. Single parents, making less than $30,000, $40,000. They're looking for a deal on Craigslist, garage sales. They just can't afford the new stuff. Little do they know that it's the same price. So when we get our store, we're keeping our storage unit, and we're still going to sell this demographic. They're not going to know that we're Ideal Furniture. They get the warranty card, they get the information, say, hey, if you need furniture, give me a call. I can hook you up. Message me on Facebook. They aren't going to know that I got a store 2 miles away that has all this stuff there. Different demographic.
Even though you've got a perfect Dreamer side right next to your furniture store?
Yeah. No, I'm still going to do the storage units. This demographic, what demographic with 9 furniture stores in our market would come buy a storage unit? And I asked them, you been anywhere else? Nope, just saw this on the rummage sale. They didn't even go shop in the store. They're not going to start because I opened one. I'm going to keep selling a storage unit. Great. They want to buy a storage unit, I'll sell to them on a storage unit.
I had a question.
So do you give them a business card as well?
Yep, I give them a business card. I give them the information. And like warranty information. I took the big 8.5 by 11 warranty card and made a 4 by 6 postcard version of it, and I give that to everybody because like when you buy a storage unit, you're like, ooh, bam, warranty, and they're just like, oh, like it's conversation changes.
Do you post that there's a warranty with it when you put it up? No, not until they come to purchase it.
Right.
So you don't waste your time.
My closing rate's 80%. When someone rolls up my storage unit, 80% of the time they buy from me. They might not buy from me right then, maybe a couple days later, but 80% closing rate, I'm not changing anything. Maybe I can make it 100, but I'm not changing anything at 80%.
You don't have to deliver, they just take it.
Yeah, they take it. The first one I delivered, and I'm not doing that again. But the first one I delivered, but it was worth it because 3 more of the sales for my storage unit were from that gal, and I just sent her $50 every time. Like, she's made as much for me as she has her job during the week, so she's just like, screaming from the mountaintop.
If I could just make a mention about that aspect, because for 5 years, that's mostly all I did was sell mattresses out of a storage unit. And the way I did it was I took a picture of it, just like he said, on the plastic on the ground. Even though I had nice photography I could have used, I took a picture exactly how it was shown. Craigslist is the #1 marketplace in the universe for selling mattresses. There's more mattresses sold on Craigslist than any other marketplace. And it was just really amazing. The closing ratios are just really crazy. But then it was more than transactional because when I met them, I did form the relationship with them. And if they were interested in furniture, I would actually bring them to my house and turn them over to Angie. She became their best friend. And from one mattress sale on Craigslist off the ground, she would sell them a $2,000 living room set. So even though it's transactional, like you said, you could still build relationship because there's so many people looking for rummage sales and special deals and using Craigslist. But then you turn them into a relationship, and that shifts into a furniture sale.
Yep, and they're not going into the store for a sales that some local slumberland has spent $7,000 for an insert newspaper. They're not even going there. They think that I'm going to offer them a better deal straight off the bat. Matt, you had a question?
Behind us.
Yeah.
Just want to know if you list the price on the website.
I do. I list price straight up on the rummage sale. Yep. I put the price right on there. I do not want to drive out to my storage unit. I told Jim this, and he just laughed. I sold a gel bed when it was 15 below with my headlights shining in the storage unit because my storage unit doesn't have lights. And I'm sitting here thinking, if these people buy this might be the greatest business opportunity in the world. A gel bed at 15 below, and they bought it, and they're usually paying cash. I mean, this is like, at that point, I just like, this is the greatest day of my life. I mean, so I put the price on it. I don't want to drive out my storage unit 15 below if they aren't going to buy. I want to go out there knowing that 80% of the time I'm going to leave with a fistful.